11 years. At first, I thought like, should we just focus on the journey of Grim Film and shouldn't get too personal? But not going too personal wouldn't be complete, right? Because being partially a YouTuber and also a filmmaker and many other things, I think Grim Film has a lot of me in it. I realized that I want to pursue making videos. I want to make films. And everything that has happened throughout the 11 years, let's do a recap. How this all started, right? I grew up with a single mother. We slept in a salon together, like brother, me, mom, and my stepdad. And we grew up there. And life was tough for her because coming out from her second divorce and taking care of two children, which originally wasn't with her because she couldn't afford having us around. But there was one Chinese New Year, I think I was about 5 or 6 years old. My mom decided, yeah, I've saved up enough money to bring my kids back to stay together with her. And I remember clear as day, she came to the house and everyone was there and they were arguing and they were like, no, you cannot bring him back. He belongs to us, and they were fighting over ownership. And me as like a 5-6-year-old kid in the middle of it all, suddenly my mom started pulling me and the whole family pulled my arms, and then I was being stretched. My mom got my leg and the whole other family got my hands, and that's how I became so tall, I think. That happened. If that scene was filmed, it would be cliche and cheesy. So coming from there, I think while we were talking about creation and telling stories and making drama and showing you how early drama began in my life, it was there. That's where we grew up. And growing up was hard because maybe due to the environment at home and going to school, boys somehow just felt like I was a target. So I was bullied since primary school.
If you bully people, you are known high.
Like all the way, they'll call me like Bondan.
You Pondan, let's Sailor Moon.
But to be fair, I like Sailor Moon. Since I was 7, I was attracted to everything that was Japanese style drawn. We all loved Dragon Ball, there was Doraemon. So coming from there, there were no friends in the early age. So I internalized everything. So it's like survival instinct, right? So if the world don't want to talk with you, you talk to yourself. I start creating and it became an addiction. So much so that as a kid, if I don't continue my series in my head, I cannot sleep. So it was a lot of drawing for me, a lot of creating for me, a lot of imagination for me. I remember clear as day. So high school, the bullying got worse. Like people would slap me out of nowhere, people would take my food, and people call me names, and it wasn't pleasant. Until Form 4 when I met better people. And I went to art college, and I guess people who like art are kind of weirdos. Well, because it was there when I saw my people, right? I saw like, it's okay to carry a doll around and wear goth dress to class. Going there, chasing after animation, not knowing what I want to do besides being a comic artist, because that's my whole life. Just sketching on books, not listening to the teacher, sometimes spontaneous class, reading comics, as much comics as I can. I would get my stepdad to buy me a stack of A4 paper. I would just like try to redraw Dragon Ball or redraw the paneling and everything. I stuck on, passed the foundation, and going through the technicality of things, I believe in how the principal of the One Academy don't believe in talent. He believes in hard work. And while everyone says drawing is a talent, he says it's talent only means that you get it a step quicker than the ordinary person. But if you do more than the talented guy, you'll be better than the talented guy. Having go through the technicalities of things, I was reminded that I really like creating stories, just like when growing up, right? Having left that, I was a bit lost, and my mom, during that time business was getting better, she had like a branch, and she's like, you don't waste time, you do hair. Then I'm like, I don't know what I want to do, so okay, I'll do hair, whatever. Then I told her I give her 1 year, and that 1 year of trying to do hair made me hate doing hair. The reason why I have long hair is because of my mom, and because after 1 year I told my mom like, Ma, I don't want to do hair. And she practically said, if you don't do hair, you cannot take allowance, you cannot eat at home, and you cannot stay at my place. So I think I got my stubbornness from her. I just called out a friend, stayed at his place. Dixon, thank you for housing me. Thank you. Credits due where it's due. And I borrowed money around. Brother Chan allowance, he gave me like a bit. So every day was roti and I survived on that. And I went to some aunts to borrow money to go to college. Because to those who are lost and don't know what you want to do, you study mass comm. That's true. And mass comm had everything for you to explore. So in ICT, it felt like a holiday compared to the One Academy. Exploration of creativity through the various classes that was there, it helped me realize again what matters. That time we had to use the DV tape to shoot and we go out, we didn't know what we were doing, but it was fun. It was probably that moment in that playground, holding that big camera, shooting an idea I came up with called Pao Kingdom. A Pao who got bitten by a witch and turning into a human. And it was there I think I realized that I want to pursue making videos. I want to make films. In the journey of ICT, I've also pursued music and then the band started there. And the band is called Once Upon a Time, there was Sausage Named Bob. The band did pretty well, we were very active, so on. But when we graduated, we still perform every weekend, and that's when I went to events. My first job was at Awante, this event company, and big thanks to Faisal, to Aunt Pat and Uncle Steven for giving me a chance as a fresh grad to work there. Because while working at an event company, I was also freelancing as a storyboard artist, so drawing didn't go to waste. And I was going to band practice because we still had shows every weekend, and I was writing script when I get back home. So that was my hustle. In 2011, I had one script called The Long Distance Relationship, which I wrote one day, and I felt like, hey, this script feels like don't need budget to make. Feels like everything was in place. I dig, and I want to make a short film and maybe we can join the BMW shorties or something lah, you know? Hoping for the best. And then when they announced top 10, we are in the top 10. Congratulations everyone, we made it, we are in the top 10. And then just upload on YouTube and they were like, bro, go and see your video. Something is happening. So I went to the link and I saw overnight we had about 3,000 views. By the end of the first week, we had 7,000 views. Like it just jumped. And when it hit 100,000 views within the second week, what does this mean?
Hey everyone, thank you for watching. It's basically a very summarized version of our journey, and that was the first episode. There will be 11 episodes in total. I hope you stay tuned, catch the next episode, and throughout just leave your comments and ask me questions. I missed out a lot of details even in the first episode, but I guess we'll pick and choose what sort of relatable or so that we don't bore you as well. It's not just for you, but these 11 episodes on our 11-year journey recap is to remind ourselves what we've done so far and moving forward where we want to go. So thank you so much for sticking with us. So stay tuned for the second episode. I will have my cancer update as well. There's been some of you been asking, and very exciting stuff coming ahead. So thank you for sticking around and keeping us alive for 11 years. Thank you.